My name is Oliver Fideler, and the idea behind what you're about to see in the next coming weeks, months, and hopefully continuing on for however long it needs or I want it to. But this is kind of going to be, as is the title suggests, a open forum for people to share their thoughts, ideas, things they've been thinking about. Um, Bringing cool creative people, artists, musicians, or family members, friends, teammates, and just kind of getting a look deeper into how people think and what's on their mind and something they think about often that's maybe like a common theme that drives what they do. Because I think lately I've been kind of fed up with a lot of the stuff that I see on social media or TV, movies. A lot of things try to be too artificial and take a lot of the human aspect take out the human aspect of a lot of the things that we do. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it's been absolutely killing me. And I've been procrastinating, and have school and track and working on the weekends, so the time gaps where I can actually do this has been very limited. But now I found the time to actually sit down and start with myself and lead into some other kind of scrapped projects that kind of fit into what I've been wanting to do here. And I think it should be pretty cool. I think people have a lot of things to say and don't really have a way to say it or a way to get their ideas out there without maybe looking like they want to push an agenda, and that could go with anything really. But yeah, so I'm going to use myself as a way to transition into a scrapped project that I had from last year. I was trying to film a documentary about my San Diego Mesa College track and field teammates and us trying to train over the main course of COVID during like late 2020 going into 2021. So the footage that you'll see is from January to early February of 2021, and just getting a look to see how they were training, what they did to stay ready, quote unquote, for a season that eventually never happened, sadly. So there was a lack of opportunity that was given to us as the athletes to strive for that scholarship or strive to transfer where we needed to, and it required a lot of extra work out of us. But I think it was a really cool to go back and look at the footage and edit the footage and cut it together for you guys to see, and especially teammates of the people that you'll see, Maximilian, Andrew Mitchell, and Travis, and the throwers, and then Murray Stewart, who's an absolute beast at sprints. But so again, to transition into it, I think something that's been on my mind lately is thinking about opportunity. I think that's been something that has been a motivating force in my life, whether it is the lack of opportunity or the lucky chance that I actually get an opportunity to do something I want to do, and trying to seize the moment, as it were. So it kind of starts back for me thinking to my freshman year of high school, and track and field now has been kind of a big passion of mine that's kind of pushed me to try and lead a healthier life and better myself, my teammates, learn as much as I can from my coaches. I was training for maybe like a month or two. I thought I would be a sprinter. That turned out not to be the case. I, growing up, had limited opportunities to compete in team sports, so by the time I got to freshman year of high school, I didn't, necessarily have that great of an athletic base. So coming in to tryouts, I definitely was out-competed by a lot of my peers and ended up being cut from the track team. And I think a lot of my close friends know that, but maybe some of my teammates now or coaches or whoever's watching this, yeah, it was a little demoralizing, I'd say, but I ended up joining the football team at Poway High School, and that kind of, I think that moment really changed the course of like my life thus far. Not to be not to hyperbolize or exaggerate too much, but I mean most of what I've done in maybe the past 2 or 3 years, pre-COVID and now during / post-COVID, however you want to look at it. I think that I've used track and field, and it's kind of been the one solid thing that's kept me motivated and pushed me to things that I never thought I'd be doing, or creating like a work ethic that I never thought I'd have, because coming out of like middle school and like early high school, I wasn't really that motivated academically, but I wasn't really taking things too serious. And by joining football and kind of like getting a better athletic base and just becoming a better athlete overall, I think it helped me to really like find the joy and passion of like improving, and seeing like incremental progress, whether it be strength or speed or aesthetically, just working out all the time and trying to become a better athlete so you can better your team, you know? And I'm fortunate that high school in San Diego was able to afford me that kind of experience that I never had doing any team sports. And you know, when COVID came and that opportunity to compete and to try and get a scholarship to a Division I school, which is what I was shooting for, when that's taken away, I was pretty down on myself because I worked very hard, and honestly I probably could have worked harder to get to the point of where I was at. I think when I started I belong in triple jump, if you don't know, and then I started in high school my junior year. I only competed 2 years in high school, and I started at like 38 feet and like 18 feet in the long jump. And then by the time I was in my senior year, I was at 21 feet, and then triple jump I was at 42 feet. And you know, I did a year at San Diego State after high school, and there's a lot of partying and extracurricular activities, and I'm fortunate for all the people that I had met, but I think there was something missing that made me really want to go back to track and, you know, forego going to San Diego State, which is a great school, great education, but I think I had seen what kind of progress I could make, and I feel like I wanted to try and maximize that, and here I am still trying to do that, almost 4 years removed from the time I really decided that San Diego State wasn't for me, and just kind of like trying to do whatever I can to get that opportunity to prove to coaches or prove to my teammates that I am who I think I am. And I think, I'm not trying to grandstand, but I think there's something special to be learned through experiences like that. And I think a lot of people miss out on that because they don't take those opportunities to really realize that, you know, they're bigger than the circumstances they come from, or whether that be financial, domestic, the environment that they live in. You know, it's really, I think people, and it's tough when we have so many different options and outlets to like choose what we want to do, and I feel like maybe these days we have too many options, and that freedom of being able to choose what you want to do kind of diverts people from maybe a path that they would benefit from more. I know I'm talking pretty vague, but for me personally, I've seen that the less options I give myself, it seems like I have more freedom and more options, because if I just really am steadfast on one thing, it can really provide a lot of freedom. So to kind of bring things and wrap it all together, I think that we as people can do a lot more than we think, and that does not have to be athletic or physical, although that is one way in which people can benefit themselves or maximize themselves. But really maximizing time, limiting like phone usage, and basic bullshit that we all talk about but never do. But over that course of COVID, when you have everything quote unquote stripped away from you, when you don't have work, you don't have teammates to hang around with, you don't have a track you can go to and train, there's all these restrictions put into place. I think through difficult times like that, you really find out who you are as a person, because when your back is against the wall, there's nowhere to go but forward. What do you do in those moments? And for me, looking back and seeing what me and some of my teammates have done and where we've come to and how we've developed, despite the odds, and being able to go to the Olympic Training Center to compete against world-class athletes trying to get their opportunity to make the Olympics, and we were just looking to get marks to try and transfer out of school. And I fell pretty short of, I was really hoping to go to UC Santa Barbara, and I was talking to my coach for a second, but he wanted me to hit some marks that I just wasn't ready or able to hit at that time, because I hadn't had any real coaching. It was just me and one or two of my teammates, Maximilian and Jaden, that we were just kind of training on our own, sneaking onto a high school track, at University City, and meeting up with some of our other teammates to try and work out. But I mean, again, the opportunity, the seizing of the opportunity, where sometimes you might have to be a little bit more uncomfortable and it's gonna suck. And I've been trying to find that motivation again, because the motivation I had from May 2020 till June 2021, to when I actually found out where I was going to go to school and transfer to, I've been trying to search for that again, because I've felt like I've been kind of wasting time and opportunity to get better. And I'm not one to dwell on the past, but that's one thing. If I feel like I'm not being proactive and productive towards myself or others, then that's the worst thing for me. That's all really that I have to say. I think that we're all obviously looking for that opportunity to show what we have to whoever it matters to most, whether it be family, maybe you're a musician or artist and you're trying to get that big break, or get that promotion at your work, or I don't know, it could be a litany of things. That's the thing. But just kind of, I think the main overarching thing that I've been trying to say, and I've kind of been talking my head off to the camera, but I think that pushing oneself to get to the opportunity and not waiting for the opportunity to come to them, I think is one of the most rewarding things that someone could do for their lives, and something that I'm still trying to do. Obviously, I've been sitting on footage for a year, and I'm tired of waiting for anything. I'm tired of waiting for myself, I guess I should say. That I need to take the opportunities that I have to, you feel that crossroads come when there's an important decision you want to make or something you want to do. It's either I'm not going to do it or I'm going to do it, and there's no real in between. Yeah, so I hope that this kind of painted an idea of what this can be. This is very rough at first. I don't know how I'm going to condense all this rambling, and hopefully it becomes a more coherent and cohesive story. But I think it'll be pretty cool to look back and then, of course, look at what other people have to say about their lives or some things they observe in life. So, and yeah, I hope you all enjoy. And now take a look at some of my teammates from San Diego Mesa College from last year, and how they took their opportunities and tried to maximize those, and where they are now. Much love. Thank you.